Hey guys, I've posted a lot of technique videos lately, so I thought it was time to post a fun project. These mini unicorns are for my upcoming craft show, and I thought I would show you how to make these fun little cuties. With a 22 needles machine, knit 8 rows of pink, 32 rows of white, and another 8 rows of pink. Fold the tube in half, matching wrong sides, and cinch both ends closed. Secure the ends with a knot, and then you can cut these tails fairly short so they don't show past the pink area. And then I usually turn the tube inside out rather than burying those tails. It's kind of the same thing. If you have any pink tails showing through the white, just use your crochet hook to pull those tails down. Stuff the tube about 3/4 of the way full. Add the stuffing a little at a time so you can smooth out any lumps along the way. When it's about 3/4 of the way full, it's time to seam the top edge. Using white yarn, I'll seam the top together using the mattress stitch. So go under 2 legs of a stitch on the top and then 2 legs on the bottom, and then just alternate between the top and the bottom, going all the way across, picking up 2 legs of a stitch at a time. It's best to stay within the same row of stitches going across. So I have to admit, I don't always wear my cheater glasses, and sometimes I don't stay within the same row, and it still turns out okay. After you've completed the last stitch, pull on the tail to even out all of those stitches going across, and then stretch that seam, and that creates our ears. Next, I'll just secure each end with a knot and then bury those tails. After burying those tails, the ears, the corners of the ears will need to be pulled back into the right shape. Now we are ready to create the indent on the top of the head. I'm using pink yarn to create the indent on the head so that it doesn't show at the bottom of the unicorn here. So insert from the top to the bottom through the center, and then insert the same piece about a stitch over in the center down through the bottom. And then tug on those 2 tails just a little bit to hold the indent shape. And then once you're happy with how it looks, go ahead and secure with a knot and bury the tails. Once that is complete, we are ready to create the horn. To make the crochet horn, begin with a magic ring using 4 single crochet. I'm using a 5mm hook. So wrap the tail around your hand and a second time by crossing over the first wrap. With the hook, go under the first strand and grab the second strand and pull that strand through. Then chain 1. So make 4 single crochet inside the ring. So go through the middle of the ring and yarn over, pull through the loop and onto the hook, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That's 1 single crochet, so repeat this 3 more times. So insert the hook through the center of the ring, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. That's your second crochet. Go through the middle of the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. And one more time. Go through the center of the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That completes our 4 single crochet. Now we can pull on the tail to close up that ring. For row 2, we'll make a single crochet in each of the 4 single crochets from the first row. So find your first stitch from the previous row and make 1 single crochet in that stitch. Then make a single crochet in the following 3 stitches to complete row 2. So between rows, I am not slip stitching to join. I am just continuing in making stitches going around. I'm also not using a stitch marker. I'm just counting as I go. As you go around this row, you'll notice that it wants to curl in the wrong direction. So that at the end of this row, I'll push in the center to force the right side to be on the outside. Now we're ready for row 3. For row 3, we will do a single crochet in the first stitch, and then in the second stitch we'll do an increase. So we'll put 2 single crochets in that same stitch. And then we'll repeat 1 single crochet, and in the next stitch 2 single crochet. That is the end of row 3, and you should have 6 stitches. So for row 4, we'll do a single crochet in each stitch around. So 6 single crochet for row 4. So that's the end of row 4. Row 5 is another row of single crochet. So 6 single crochets for row 5. That is the end of that row. And the next row is an increase. So we will do 2 single crochet and then an increase, so 2 single crochet in 1 stitch. And then repeat 2 single crochet and 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So you should have a total of 8 stitches for this row. Row 7 is to do single crochet in each stitch across, so a total of 8 single crochet. That's 8 single crochet. Now row 8 is another row of single crochet, so 8 more single crochets. So this finishes off row 8. Row 9 is an increase, so single crochet for 3 stitches, and then we'll do an increase. So 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and then repeat 3 single crochet followed by an increase, which is 2 single crochet in 1 stitch. Row 10 is single crochet around, so you'll 10 single crochet. At the end, we'll just slip stitch to the following stitch, and then you can cut the yarn, leave yourself a long tail, and pull that loop all the way through, and then tug on the other tail to tighten up the tip. So here are the written instructions for making the crochet horn. Now we can attach the horn to the unicorn. I add a little bit of stuffing to the horn just to give it some stability. And then I will stitch the horn on right in the center of the unicorn head. I usually do 10 stitches, which is 10 stitches from the horn, and I just go all the way around and then make a couple of knots and bury the tail. For the mane, I use a total of 9 strands, 3 of 3 colors. So I'm using pink, purple, and aqua, and I will wrap it around this ruler, which is 15 inches in length. So I'm actually cutting my strands 30 inches long. You need about 25 to 30 inches. Then I'll separate the strands into the 3 colors and 3 sets. I'll take the first set and fold it in half, and on the back side of the unicorn I pick up a stitch slightly off center. Wrap the strands around the hook and pull all the strands through. And then reach in that loop and pull the tails all the way through, just like you're adding fringe to a blanket or a scarf. Then I'll twist all of the strands together and wrap around the front of the horn. Pick up another stitch in the center and grab those same strands and pull through that stitch. And then reach through and pull those tails through. This is going to secure that wrap around the horn. And then before I tighten it, I just make sure that it's not too tight along the front of the horn. Then take the next set of strands, fold that in half, and attach it in the center just below the first set. And then repeat again for the last set of strands. Now we can secure it to the front side of the head. So give it a couple of twists, and then I kind of place it about where I want it, and then I will stitch this on. Use a strand of yarn, go through the unicorn, wrap it around the mane, and back through the same holes. And I do this twice, and then I can secure with a knot, and that first part I cinch as tight as I can and then finish off the knot. And now you can trim the mane to the length that you want. And then when I'm finished, I can pull these strands out a little bit to make it look a little nicer. And the last thing to do is add the eyes. These are felt eyes that I attach with hot glue, and I put a little hot glue underneath, under that little braid. And your mini unicorn is finished. This is the dark pink. This one's a dark purple, a light pink, and it has different color mane, and a light purple. I hope you enjoyed today's pattern. Thanks for watching.